Hello, and thank you for tuning in today. My name is Jane Wilcock. I'm a Senior Research Fellow at University College London. I'd like to tell you about the co-design of our international study, Cognizance. As an international team, we're aware that post-diagnostic dementia support can often be lacking. People are given a diagnosis of dementia and told to go home, only to return in a crisis. We set out to co-design and deliver in partnership with people with dementia, care partners and healthcare professionals, toolkits and campaigns to improve post-diagnostic support. We involved people living with dementia and carers all the way through from the development of the proposal, and we reached out and recruited key stakeholder groups in each of our countries. So as well as involving people with dementia, carers and healthcare professionals, we involved dementia experts and those working closely in that post-diagnostic period, including Admiral nurses, general practitioners, and members of key organisations such as the Alzheimer Society, who are our funder here in the UK. These made up our local stakeholder working groups. We had to learn lessons and adapt our approach along the way. We were greatly influenced by the COVID-19 pandemic, having to shift our co-design processes and workshops online, which people embraced very well. And then people told us that the format of the toolkits and campaigns and supports also needed to be available and implemented online. Amongst the Cognizance team, we needed greater collaboration and communication, as many activities were now taking place concurrently. We had to address language and translational issues for our international campaigns. Our study involves people from 5 countries using 4 languages, and we have 3 key audiences. So what was our approach to meet this need for support post-diagnosis? We adopted an iterative co-design method for intervention development and followed the UK Medical Research Council framework for developing complex interventions. And why co-design? Well, it just makes sense. It brings together different forms of lived or living and learned, both personal and professional knowledge, understanding and experiences. This will all lead to better outcomes and mutual benefit from our study. We took lessons from marketing and branding methodologies and ran a series of workshops with our local working group. Each were facilitated to focus on what should the key messages be? What are people's motivators for information seeking post-diagnosis? What are the actual experiences of receiving a dementia diagnosis in that post-diagnostic support? What should the purpose of our toolkits be? And what is the tone and branding appropriate for the people that the resource is for? We asked people what purpose they'd like to experience from the new resource. People told us they wanted to bring dementia out of the shadows. They wanted to be able to talk about it in the same way, both seriously and activating as you can with cancer. They wanted to signpost recently diagnosed people with dementia to the good, the positive, and the new. People told us that stigma was still a great issue, and this was discussed at length and was felt everywhere and in all partner countries. This is still an issue for us to tackle. We have to focus on the first 12 months, and we have to motivate the audience to accept more help during this time. That's what differentiates us forward with dementia. And we know that dementia journeys are all different, and solutions often start with lots of questions. So we needed something that was personalisable. Early intervention is key. It helps people stay in control. And the format of our information should clarify, not add to noise. From the workshops, we determined that the resource should be available online. It needed to be current, practical and relevant at a local and an individual level. Personalisation is very important for the 3 key audience groups of people living with dementia, carers and healthcare professionals. And people can select specific but complementary topic areas. For individuals, this means being able to create your own journey and selecting content that's currently relevant to you at any given time. We know that information needs may change. Language, tone and accessibility for the online resource were essential, as was the negation of needing to create individual logins or needing to remember passwords for people living with dementia. The site has to be straightforward and easy to navigate, and carers told us that they wish they'd taken action sooner. So the importance of setting an actionable plan to take you forward from the diagnosis of dementia was key. And we've developed an interactive personalisable toolkit where people can save their articles and create to-dos that are actionable within a guided time frame. The methodology and key lessons learned from developing the resource should help those who are developing similar interventions across complex progressive conditions. I've learned a lot from this co-design approach and working collaboratively with all those involved. It's been a pleasure working so closely with our stakeholder groups as well as the International Development Group and making friends along the way. I hope we can meet in real life down the line. Thank you for your attention.